Hey guys, it's Miss Witt, and this is our review for today, Friday, before your test. You're going to take a test today, and it's 10 questions, and there's no questions on there that are funny questions, so it's all 10, so make sure you do your best. So I'm just going to do a quick little review. This is a review of all things you've done this week. Okay, so the first thing we did was surface area this week. Don't forget, surface area is you're finding the area of all the surfaces of the net. So if I have a shape like this, okay, a square pyramid, remember what are all, on my paper, my scratch paper, I would be drawing out all the surfaces. So I know I have a square for the base, and attached to each of those squares, the sides of the squares are triangles. So there are 4 triangles because there's 4 sides to the square. So remember, if I was trying to find the area of this square, I would do length times width. Don't forget, for your triangles, you have to cut it in half, when the number's in half. So it's 1/2 base times height, or length times width. So if this is 2 and this is, 2, then that area is 4. If they're going to do the triangle, they have to tell you the height of the triangle. So they might say it is 6. So then you could cut one of those numbers in half. I can cut the 6 in half, and I'm really doing 2 times 3. And so that would be 6. If that's 6, they're all 6. And then you add up all your surfaces for the total surface area. Okay? The next thing you guys might need to know is volume. Remember, volume is different. You're not finding area, you're multiplying 3 things. The length times the width times the height. And don't forget that it's usually in a form of cubic units. So it might say centimeters with a little 3, or say the word cubic. Next thing is parts of an expression. Remember the parts of an expression. For example, if I have something that looks like this, remember, we've talked a lot about this. This is why I did it this week, because it was kind of fresh in our mind. If I ask you for the coefficient, it is not the variable. A lot of you like to say y. It's what's beside the y. This is the coefficient, 2. If I ask you for the variable, then you're going to say y. If I ask you for the constant, it's the number that's by itself, so that would be 4. Okay, so pretty much that's it for that. Distributive property. So we have 2 and then 4 plus m. Remember, distributive properties when you distribute that number on the outside with everything on the inside, every single thing. Okay, so that's what that would be, a distributive property. A lot of times we do this first one and then we forget to do the second one. The next thing was mean, median, mode. Remember that mode is the number that you see the most. The median repeated the most. And you can have no mode, and you can also have more than one mode. Median is the number that's in the middle, but you have to put them in order first, okay? Then you have the mean, Mr. Mean. We call him mean because he makes you do the most work. You have to add your numbers, then you count how many numbers you added, and then you divide them. The last one is the range. Range is when you subtract your highest number and your lowest number. Okay? Last but not least, we have decimals. What do we do with decimals when we use the 4 operations? When we add with decimals, we line them up. Line up your decimals. Keep them in a line and it comes straight down. When we subtract decimal, same thing. Comes straight down. When we multiply decimals, we have to take them out and then put them back in. So this would come out once. As you make a line like this, comes out once, and it's going to come back in for a total of 2. So there would be your decimal. If we divide with decimal, I'm going to work down here. If I have 0.7 divided into 1.4, You have to take your decimal out once here, and you also have to do it here. So now my decimal is going to land, whoops, you didn't see that. Take it out here, and then here, and now my decimal lands in the back. So my answer would just be 2. And that's it. So good luck on your quiz today. I really do miss you guys. And when we come back from spring break, you don't have any work to do during spring break. When we come back, be ready to work. I'm going to do some project stuff with you. So be ready for Google Slides and things like that. Have a good night or day. Bye-bye.